Namaskar, warm greetings from DELNET Developing Library Network, New Delhi and CyberPeace Foundation. The most distinguished speakers, Major Vineet Kumar, Founder and Global President, CyberPeace Foundation, Dr. Shruti Mantri, Senior Associate Director, Indian School of Business, Hyderabad, the officials at CyberPeace Foundation, including Lieutenant Colonel Arvind Rajhans, the Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Ankan Roy, and many other officials, the DELNET office bearers, including Shri K. Kumar, President, Dr. S.S. Murthy, Treasurer, Dr. P.R. Goswami, Treasurer, the heads of institutions, deans, eminent librarians, library and information science professionals, heads of departments, IT computer science professionals, IQAC heads, trainers, faculty, researchers, scholars, and students. The youth of today, my colleagues here at DELNET New Delhi and also its coordination units at Bangalore and Pune, ladies and gentlemen. I, Dr. Sangeeta Kaul, Director DELNET, on behalf of DELNET and also CyberPeace Foundation, express our very profound welcome to all of you for joining us today at the webinar session being organized collaboratively by DELNET and CyberPeace Foundation to celebrate World Youth Skills Day today, that is on July 15, 2025, on the topic AI skills for enhanced cybersecurity and resilience. At the very outset, we would like to wish each one of you a highly empowering World Youth Skills Day. We are much appreciative of an overwhelming response to the webinar session, as nearly 1,500 participants have registered for the session from different parts of India and many other countries, including Bhutan, Mauritius, Nigeria, USA, and Zambia. I may like to mention that today DELNET is organizing 2 webinars to celebrate the World Youth Skills Day. We are also having yet another webinar session today, this afternoon at 3 p.m., organized in collaboration with World Skills Center, Bhubaneswar, on youth empowerment through AI and digital skills, which will be delivered by Professor T. Thamiraja, the principal of World Skills Center, Bhubaneswar. We do request you also to do join us this afternoon for the session. At the very outset, on behalf of DELNET, we would like to express a very warm, sincere gratitude and thanks to the CyberPeace Foundation in collaborating with DELNET in organizing this webinar session today. Our very special thanks to the founder, no one else other than Major Vineet Kumar, for his relentless support to DELNET, and it's always such a great honor and pleasure in collaborating with CPF in organizing the sessions. Both the organizations are working tirelessly to make a difference in the lives of the society, the people around, and we are indeed feel so very fortunate to have this incredible association with CyberPeace Foundation. We are also much thankful to Major Vineet Kumar for spending time in being there with us, and also to Dr. Shruti Mantri, who will shortly be joining us today, and the esteemed speakers for our session today, for agreeing to deliver on this special day today. We remain ever grateful to you for such a stupendous support in making it possible for DELNET to organize this program today. It is a pleasure for me now to introduce our esteemed speakers, a person of great stature and standing, who is synonym to cyberpeace and cybersecurity, whose relentless efforts have made a global impact in the cyber ecosystem and making the country so very proud for his profound contributions. I'm talking of no one else other than Major Vineet Kumar, an innovator, leader, and a visionary, the founder and the global president of CyberPeace Foundation. Major Vineet Kumar is a trailblazer in cyber peace, cyber policy, cyber diplomacy, and cybersecurity, who is internationally known for his strategic influence and deep commitment to social betterment. He is a distinguished alumni of prestigious institutions, including Cranfield University, the Geneva Center for Security Policies, Cambridge University, and many more. He has been awarded with 10 international and 21 national awards, including prestigious accolades, Chevening Fellowship, Future Leader by British Council, International Visitors Leadership Program of the US Department of State, and many others. We extend a very warm, hearty welcome to you, Major Vineet, and thank you so very much for such a stupendous support to DELNET, always for your very, very warm, cordial cooperation and collaboration, and no words ever to express that how grateful we always feel, how blessed we always feel for this such a wonderful association with CPF, with you, and thank you so very much for being there with us and always being there with us. It's a pleasure on behalf of DELNET and also on behalf of everyone here to extend a very warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
I would now like to request Major Vineet, because everyone is so anxiously wanting now to hear, and I don't want to, be in the middle, in between you and our esteemed colleagues who are being there assembled across from the country and also from many other countries. And I would like to extend a cordial invite now to you to kindly start the proceedings for the session. It's over to you, Major Vineet.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, very much, Vineet. Yes, it's all perfect.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, thank you. And it's always an honor, ma'am, to be part of the event and do any kind of activities in collaboration with DELNET. And again, we are very happy for this great opportunity, and that too, this being a great day, and also the audience being youth, something that I love interacting and connecting with them. So happy to be part of this day, and kind of doing this event and talk, which is more focused on empowering youth with AI for cybersecurity and resilience. Well, we all know the way AI has come into our lives. So the way I've structured it, my presentation is I'm going to talk about why AI matters to the youth, some AI for good use cases, cybersecurity use cases, which as youth you could engage. We'll also be sharing some of the platforms that are available, some of the platforms that are open, free for you to use, and also how CyberPeace and DELNET as a platform can be utilized to kind of contribute and also showcase your skills when it comes to cyber and AI and also emerging technologies. So we're going to talk about practical AI skills for youth-friendly projects, challenges that youth face in the AI era, AI safety. Again, one slide that I forgot to put in my presentation is, but I'll speak about it now, is Government of India is hosting the AI Impact Summit in February 2026. And that's where a lot of work is going to happen on AI literacy, AI safety. So as youth, you could also give back and contribute in the form of projects, in the form of research, again, part of the India AI mission. So at the end, I'm going to also talk about that briefly, but please Google India AI mission and you can get a lot of information from there. I'm going to talk about principles of AI safety for the youth, how basically youth can practice AI safety. There are certain case studies. I've collected some of the case studies where AI has been abused in different forms. So as youth, how you need to be aware about different kind of misuse or harms that are happening with AI, because technology, we see a lot of good use cases of technology, but with great powers, you have also great responsibilities, and with great responsibility, you also kind of see a lot of challenges that happen. So I'm going to share about those kind of challenges that we see in the ecosystem and how again AI is helping us to kind of fight those challenges and overcome those challenges. Then initiatives that we'll be launching and call to action, and thank you at the end. In fact, my focus of this presentation is also to make you aware about the threats, to make you aware about the tools so that you can be safe, and to make you aware about the process. For example, if something goes wrong, what to do and where to report. So all that information is also captured in this. Now, moving on to the main part of the presentation, these are the numbers that I collected online about basically youth and the tech space. When you talk about digital access and connectivity, the entire youth population, especially 15 to 24 years, almost 1.2 billion youth is there using internet, and in fact the 75% of the youth are using internet. Out of that, 900 million youth are online and digitally very active. It is as per the ITU report of 2023. And when we talk about the mobile first engagement, over 80% of the youth access tech via the smartphones. We all love gaming, we love social media, we love content, we love going on YouTube, and basically you love watching an Instagram shorts and different kind of content. What we also see is there is an increase in numbers when we talk about content creators. So content creators among youth is getting popular, and that too under 25, around 100 million is what we see globally. And when you talk about gaming and platforms, again, there's a steep rise. The Indian snapshot is when we talk about population, again, the youth population aged between 15 to 29, and at 400 million youth have access to internet and tech, and they have been using and connected to some of the key initiatives of the government, like Skill India. NASSCOM has the Future Skills Mission. Under the Digital India, there are a lot of key initiatives that has been launched. So youth is having access to those tech skilling initiatives, and more numbers are growing. We also see increase in number when we talk about the youth developers, especially youth who are active on platforms like GitHub, and youth accessing AI ML courses. This is as per the trends that we see on Coursera and various tech platforms. So obviously, tech is everywhere. Tech is the future, and the Indian youth is trying to fill the skill gap that exists globally. In fact, when we talk about technology and emerging tech, youth is also seen as a driver of the digital economy. So the digital native generation is leading adoption of AI, blockchain, Web3, and cybersecurity innovation. And youth is also seen as the most active contributor to the open source AI bug bounty programs and cybersecurity communities, and not just here in India, but globally. And that's what brings us to the World Youth Skills Day, which we feel the major aspect today of skilling is tech and cyber. And this is where the youth is seen as the drivers of that particular change, of a digitally empowered nation. And AI and emerging technologies, quantum and others are going to come up in a very big way. It has already come in now. It's just a matter of time. Within the next 3 to 4 years, we'll see increase in those numbers also coming in. Already spoke about the youth and also the digital natives. Born in the digital era, you are actually the digital natives. You're the digital netizens of the cyberspace. But why should AI matter for you today? The answer is transformation. AI, actually, when we talk about any sector, we talk about healthcare, finance, education, or security, AI is seen everywhere across sector. It's not one sector, it's different. You pick up agriculture, you pick up any such sector, you'll see AI has been one of the key drivers in the today's world. Youth is also seen as digital natives having natural advantage in adopting AI technologies. In fact, our recent curriculums, when we talk about CBSE, NCRT, and Education Ministry, they have been pushing AI and also cyber education strongly within the education and academic systems. Also, CBSE has introduced AI into its curriculum, so is NCRT doing it. So we see an increase in those initiatives also coming in from the government side. AI empowers youth to innovate and solve complex problems creatively. We already know this, and there are opportunities for new job skills in AI-driven industries which are expanding rapidly. Again, we see a intersection between AI and drones, for example. There are a lot of people and youth who are getting trained in drone or becoming drone pilots. Now they are additionally getting trained in AI so that they can integrate AI in drone operations. So those kind of intersections are also happening now. But like I mentioned, with great powers, there are great responsibilities and also the challenges. So let me talk about the risk and challenges now. Now, AI can propagate misinformation and deepfakes, confusing truth and fiction. I will share with examples. As of now, I've not shared any example, but I'll share one example. I wanted to share a recent example, but I realized a lot of youth, basically the population who are there online today, they are under 18. So that particular example I will not share. But recently there was a Google search, and there was one name that was cropping up in Google. Maximum number of Google searches were made, and later on it was told that that person is a celebrity. That person was with that AI. In fact, the profile and the entire profile was created through AI, was positioned in such a way that it became a celebrity overnight. And then thereafter, when researches were done, it was found that it was all AI images. That entire profile, every content that the profile had, it was made out of AI. And that's how that is the power of AI, where overnight things can become viral, overnight things can become famous for good reasons or for bad reasons. And this is where we need to be careful. There are surveillance tools powered by AI which threaten privacy and freedom, which we have to be very careful of. There are algorithmic biases that can reinforce discrimination and inequality. That is where we talk about transparency and use of ethical and responsible AI, which I'll be talking later. And when Dr. Shruti comes in, we'll also be sharing some of the researches that we have done with Indian School of Business, Hyderabad, and with Management Development Institute, MDI, Gurgaon, where we have studied multiple countries and we've seen how the kind of policies and the framework these countries have to kind of control these algorithmic biases and discrimination, which is very, very important today. Over-reliance on AI can reduce critical thinking and increase addiction risk. Now, if for every solution, for everything, if we start going to ChatGPT, then it's like we're not using our mind, and that is what is happening today. Anything that we do, simple solution is pick up the phone, type the prompts, and get the answer. When we talk about creative skills, those creative skills are slowly and slowly, I would say, people have not been using it much because the over reliance on AI has started happening. Anything and everything, I agree that the solution is AI, but then we need to make sure that we also use our creative thinking and critical thinking and our own skill set that we have. So that's why it's very important that as youth we kind of handle these kinds of issues and challenges, especially in misinformation, deepfakes, privacy. AI addiction is another example where over dependence on AI systems and chatbots can reduce. The other example that I will give you is AI addiction, and there are now AI addiction centers that has also been opened it's basically Internet de-addiction center, where people can reach out to these de-addiction centers and cyber clinics to seek help from basically the institutions, because they are too much engrossed using AI, too much engrossed in using the tech, and so they want to reach out to these centers so that they get a kind of a breather from these gadgets and tech that they are surrounded by. So I also see an increase in such centers coming up. As of now, NIMHANS has something called as the Shut Clinic, and AIMS also has the Internet De-Addiction Center, which is kind of helping these kind of youth to kind of come over the addiction related issues that are also happening. Deepfake trend, again, I'll share some examples also that the youths were misled by realistic deepfake videos on social media, spreading misinformation and causing confusion about real events and identities. ChatGPT misused, again, within the academic circle. A lot of you come from the academia and the academic circles. Now students have been using ChatGPT to generate essays, assignments, raising concerns about academic integrity and the ethical use of AI tools. Like earlier, we used to use our mind. For example, any essay that we had to write, or any project work that we had to do, or any kind of innovative idea that we were working on. But now we are dependent on ChatGPT or like any generative AI tools to generate those assignments, generate those essays, which is again, which I feel is misuse of tech. You can seek help, but then we should not forget that we need to use our mind also into any kind of work that we are doing. So AI image generators and inappropriate content. AI generated images were sometimes used to create harmful or inappropriate visuals, highlighting the need for content moderation and ethical AI use. Now, one more example here I will give is the issue of child sexual abuse material. CSAM is earlier people used to call it child pornography, but globally it is called as the child sexual abuse material. So we have seen a lot of people from among, not just globally, I'm talking about Indian cases here, where they have used the AI, generative AI tools and generated such images and then promoted such images also on the social media, which is totally misuse or I will say a harmful use of such technologies. And that's where there's a need for content moderation, which is done at different levels and also by the platforms, and also the use of ethical AI is also required. And more on it, Dr. Shruti anyways would be joining us in some time and would be talking about it. We have also seen cases of like the traditional cases of cyber crimes, for example, cyberbullying, cyber stalking, such kind of incidents. Now AI has become one of the tools for the cyber criminals, where they are generating such images. They'll take your public image, clone maybe use an AI tool, and then thereafter from your public image, they'll create a deep nude of you, a nude image of yours, and then start blackmailing. There had been also cases of cyber slavery. In fact, a lot of interesting job offers people got of them being placed in Thailand and other countries. Obviously, and when I say people, it's mostly the youth. In fact, once they got a flashy offer, an interesting offer, they accepted that offer. They got their tickets to travel to a neighboring country. Once they went to that country, after landing, they got to know that it's a trap. And from Thailand, they were trafficked to Cambodia. And within Cambodia, they were placed in a jail-like environment, manned by nationals of some other country, which is not so close to India. And then thereafter, they were treated like slaves. The entire thing, why I mentioned this case study, is the application of AI from start to finish. First, creating those impressive and interesting campaigns, generating those letters, generating those images, everything end to end. Whether you talk about website, any particular website, to social media network, everything end to end today is managed by AI. So it's not somebody sitting and coding. You need not even have zero maybe knowledge of coding. There are AI applications which within seconds can make an entirely new website for you, and it just takes a few seconds for them to make it and post it online. So that's the kind of power of AI, which today and the power of generative AI, which today is being misused to kind of misused against youth, and the harmful uses are happening, and which we need to counter and fight about it. I have two quick videos. Let me play the first one.
I am Shahrukh Khan, in collaboration with the Ministry of External Affairs. We're launching a powerful cyber defense campaign to protect your data and our digital nation. Join us in building a secure digital future. Stay aware, stay protected state of being. It is a direction, not a destination.
So this is first video. Obviously, just a quick disclaimer, the video that I am showing is for educational purpose. This video actually we had created when I was taking a session for Ministry of External Affairs. So we just created this as an example on how deepfake is misused, and whether it's a common person to a celebrity can be harmed in different ways. Now there's another video that I will play. Now this video went viral, and it's actually mentioned about a scheme which government never announced. In this video, it showed Finance Minister, Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announcing that scheme. And also it appeared like it's being shown on a prime time television, which was actually not. This was a complete fake video, but disseminated. But if you see the video, and if you hear the audio, it looks as if it's a real one. And that's where we need to utilize our critical thinking and also access to some of the AI tools which can tell you that this is correct or this is wrong.
All residents of India who open their account with 21,000 rupees by the end of the month will be able to earn 1,500,000 rupees per month. This announcement was made with the support of India's Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, who introduced the system that automatically increases users' funds.
I have no doubt about that. I'm excited to introduce a system that will increase the income of people across India. In the first month of using it, your income will exceed your current salary, no matter how high it is.
I'm just skipping the video, but again, this is where, in fact, you need to utilize your critical thinking and again, access to AI tools to identify that these kind of videos are fake. And please make sure that if you have access to the video, you don't instantly share. So it's like you stop, think, and then share. Verify about the content, whether this content exists, whether this is an actual scheme that the government has announced. So we need to factor in all such things before we kind of share or even consume these kind of content internally. So that's mostly about misinformation, deepfakes, surveillance and privacy. AI-powered tools can track online activity and personal data without consent, raising concerns about privacy and unauthorized surveillance of youth. I already spoke about bias and discrimination, so I'll share examples now. AI algorithms may reinforce existing biases, leading to unfair treatment or discrimination against certain groups, affecting youth opportunities and experiences. Now, the examples are right here in front of you. There are a lot of AI tools. Once you go on an Android store or on the social media, you get these kind of tools which will tell you that, if you resemble a particular celebrity, like in this particular tool, it mentioned कि आप कौन से Bollywood star के जैसे दिखते हैं. So whether you look like Shah Rukh Khan, whether you look like Amitabh Bachchan, or you look like Tom Cruise, all you need to do is upload your photographs, and then thereafter this tool will tell you that you resemble, say, Shah Rukh Khan here and all that. So needless to say, these are like traps for you to attract the youth to share their photograph, to share their content, share a lot of other information also. So during the process, when you install an app, you also give them access to your messages, your text messages. Sometimes you give access to your OAuth and several other details also. So you have to be very careful about downloading these apps, installing these apps, because in the background you may be exchanging a lot of information that you would not be aware of. Now here, this is what the AI does. There was again a very major campaign. This was called as the Daughters Challenge, and another one was the Sari Challenge, where women, it was a very common and a very well-known campaign, where young girls and women were asked to participate in a challenge on the social media, share their photographs wearing saris, and then tagging their friends. So this challenge went viral, but in the process, what it did was it collected a lot of information. A lot of young girls and women, they shared their photographs and personal information, which was later on misused by these people who created this particular campaign. So be very, very careful when you share something, when a particular app seems very tempting. Like there was an app which tells you when you will try. There are some astrology apps also that are there. But like I mentioned, no coding experience required. Within few seconds, we can create an app, we can deploy it. But then you don't know what is there in the background. So any app that you install, do a proper research, a thorough research about the app, check with the experts, and then you install it, because they might claim a certain feature that they probably will not be able to deliver that. So for example, there is an app which tells you when will you die, which year you will die, where exactly you will die. There is an app that exists which will tell you that you can track your friends from anywhere in the world. So there are certain things which are not possible, and it's very difficult. You cannot track somebody without law enforcement assistance. So that's where, so ignore those kind of apps, and make sure that you download the genuine ones only. Now this one is still viral on the social media. So we picked it up when this thing was getting viral, and my team entirely researched on this campaign also. So this is like, is this really end of Shreya Ghoshal, targeting again a celebrity, defaming a celebrity? And the most important is, if you see the accounts that are actually sharing this content, they're all verified accounts with a blue tick. Now you must be aware about the policy of Twitter, now X. Now anybody can get a verified blue tick by paying money. So earlier, as an expert, in fact, and by the way, I'll not call myself as an expert because I'm still learning with the way the field is evolving. But then when we used to come into a campaign, and when we used to do awareness campaign, one of the tips that we used to give to the citizens, on the netizens, is that you need to follow accounts with a blue tick. But now, fast forward now today, we suggest that even if the account is having blue tick, study that account, make sure that that's a genuine entity and not a bot running that account, and also be very critical of, or maybe do a thorough research of the articles that are being shared. Research on that before you retweet, you like it, you share it, because even if you like such kind of article, you retweet such kind of article, you are participating in a crime unknowingly. So be very careful about such things. AI again misused, and different kind of scam, like somebody can clone a voice through AI and then maybe reach out to your parents with your voice, saying that you are caught, you're in a police station, and you need to pay, your parents will be asked to pay a particular amount or else you'll be arrested. So these kind of panic situations are created. and then parents generally end up paying that particular amount. So it's not about education about yourself, but once you go back home today, please make sure that you also sit with your parents and inform them that AI can also be misused and can harm you in such kind of scenarios also. And people lose a lot of money every day. As we speak, every day money is getting lost because of the AI scams. I already mentioned of the job offers. So again, you must have heard about the famous case of Nidhi Razdan, a famous journalist. Again, she received a job offer from Harvard, which actually never existed. And again, the use of AI again in such kind of scams are quite common. So do not fall for these kind of scams. When we talk about advanced scams, now most of the malwares today, like we talk about ransomware, so we also see about AI-powered ransomware attacks, basically targeting the critical sectors, targeting even academic institutions and universities. Like I said, within seconds, even malwares can be created. If applications can be created, the same technique can be used to create malwares, spywares, phishing campaigns also. So be very careful when you kind of receive any link, when you get a particular file on your WhatsApp, on any particular platform, be careful, and don't just hit click or download without checking the details of that particular application. So why AI safety matters is because harmful outputs from AI can unintentionally generate harmful, biased, or misleading information that impact users negatively and spreads misinformation. Adversarial attacks is malicious actors can exploit AI models by feeding deceptive input to manipulate AI behavior, causing security breaches or false decisions. So these kind of attacks are also getting very common these days. When we talk about fairness in AI must be designed to avoid reinforcing discrimination or bias. This is where, as coders, when you go into coding, make sure that fairness exists in AI. And AI must be designed to avoid any kind of reinforcing discrimination or biases, ensuring equitable treatment of all users, regardless of their background, regardless of their color, regardless of their origin, because it has to be fair. It should not be biased in any form. In fact, when you see, when you use generative AI today also, I generated few images, in fact, for the presentation also. And I saw in a lot of images, when I searched that I need images of youth working on AI, then I saw a lot of images, but I didn't see images where Indian youths are featured there. So this is one example where I see biasness is there. Indian youths are not there. So it should be like we have a generative AI platform where we get people from all cultures, all backgrounds, all kind of colors, everybody. And so that is where we need to kind of factor in when we kind of develop such kind of applications. When we talk about transparency importance, we need to understand how AI make decisions. It helps build trust and allow users to identify errors or bias in AI generated results. So transparency is important, and ethical design and use. You need to develop AI with ethical principle, ensuring accountability. You need to respect privacy of end users, people, again, of all age groups, and you need to promote responsible development to protect the society at large, because society is our responsibility also. It's not just us alone. We need to take the society at large, and we need to think about the impact of the application when it hits the society at large. There are a lot of interesting applications. I'm going to discuss about some of the good use cases. I already spoke about the negative use cases, but the same AI today can be utilized to develop an AI-powered phishing detector, a fake news detector, and deepfake. We developed something with the Center of Excellence. I'm going to share that with you. You can try that project as well. In fact, it's called trusttrace.net.in. It's under trial right now, where we are using AI to detect deepfakes, basically an AI generated misinformation. Now, AI can also help in smart password generators, like AI generates strong, unique password automatically, helping users create secure credentials that reduce hacking risk. Now, predicting cyber threat analysis. This is again interesting, where AI predicts emerging cyber threats by analyzing pattern in data, enabling proactive defense against potential attacks. So we are doing this as part of one of our research projects, where we have deployed honeypots across different sectors. So these are sectoral honeypots. We collect a lot of attack data about attack patterns, attacks that happen, and this is where now we are using AI to predict any kind of threat analysis and behavior, and maybe a new form of attack, and then generate awareness about it. So this is something that we are deploying right now, and as youth, you can also contribute to the current set of development that you are doing. If you need any data sets, you can also reach out to us. We'll be happy to share those open data sets as well. Now, chatbots are again very interesting when we talk about chatbots. Chatbots for cyber help desk. So it's AI-powered chatbots provide instant support and guidance on cybersecurity issues, improving user response and awareness. Now, anything that we do, in fact, if you see in Government of India schemes and others, we are using chatbots today. One of the programs that we run is first CyberPeace, first responders program. Now we are going to launch it with DELNET soon. It will be a proper 10-hour certification program which you can attend, because this is just I would say a kind of a quick 101 on AI, on generative AI and AI safety. But that's going to be a very structured program which you can join, and DELNET and CyberPeace are working on it. We'll be announcing that program soon. And the delivery of the program is going to happen through the learning management system. And one of the deliveries are also going to be chatbots, wherein you can access the content through chatbots through your regular chats. For example, if you're seeking a small short video or a write-up on securing your mobile phone, that chatbot will pop up with certain interesting results on safeguarding your mobile phone or the data there. So be on lookout. I am sure you'll get some mailers pretty soon. We aim to launch that program soon. We're just doing the final level of tweaking. But chatbots are again a very interesting way to learn, to access information, to seek information, again to get access to schemes and different programs that are run by the government in a very engaging way, which again, as a youth, again as students, you can also think about these kind of chatbots which can act as cyber help desk to aware population or train the population. Yeah. Then there are more advanced projects like the password vault with AI scoring mechanism. So you can design a secure password manager that uses AI to score password strength and suggest improvements to enhance account security. Now, Government of India again is going to launch some hackathon. We already finished one with the CCTV cybersecurity hackathon, where we had a problem statement on AI. Where you can actually suggest some interesting solutions and AI-based solutions to secure CCTV cameras. Now, similarly, Indian Army is going to come back with CyberQuest 2025 this year. Most likely in a week or so, you'll get the announcement. Again, you'll have plenty of interesting projects to contribute. Again, starting with AI safety, security, drones, and a lot of interesting use cases. Again, on cybersecurity, cyber resilience, and emerging technologies. So be on a lookout for such kind of projects as well. These are just some of the interesting projects that you could start working, start building on, which is, I think, a great solution. Once this project comes up, it can be a great solution for the community, for the society at large. When we talk about principle of AI safety for youth, we need to take care of certain key areas also, like transparency. We spoke about fairness, we spoke about privacy protection, we spoke about human oversight. Human oversight is very important, because you need to maintain human involvement in critical AI decisions to ensure ethical use and correct the errors before they can cause any kind of harm. And also the accountability, where users and developers must take accountability for AI's action and impacts. Because like I mentioned previously, if you're developing something, you're not just developing it for yourself, you are developing it for the community at large, the society at large. And this is where your action and impacts are important, and you must take responsibility for those, including addressing any harmful outcomes. I will now move on to the way in which youth can actually practically use AI safety. Step one is to verify. I'll just take a second. Actually, there is a little bit noise. I'll be back. 1 sec. Sorry for the interruption. I was mentioning about basically some of the controls and basically how youth can practice AI safety. And step one is basically verifying AI outputs. So always critically evaluate and cross-check information generated by the AI tools instead of totally accepting. Like you blindly accept it, you blindly share it, and at the end you end up sharing misinformation, AI generated misinformation. So to avoid that, you need to verify these AI outputs. Secondly, protect sensitive data. Never share private or sensitive information with AI platforms. Like when we are using prompt, sometimes we share our own personal information. We are drafting a letter. In that letter, we share our name, our addresses, and certain other information which are personally sensitive. In such cases, we are sharing sensitive data, and AI platforms you're at risk, your privacy is at risk, and we need to actually prevent ourselves from unauthorized data use. So for that, please ensure that you don't share your personally sensitive data and information, which could further be misused by these kind of AI platforms. And be extremely vigilant, share their guidelines, terms of use. There's a short agreement that comes in, read it, because they mentioned that if you share any data, how is it being used by the platform? How is ChatGPT using that data? How is any other platform, Google Gemini, using that data? So read about it before you start sharing your personally identifiable information. Report harmful content, any kind of content that you come across. I mentioned about the child sexual abuse content. If you come across that content, as a vigilant user, you need to flag, report any such AI generated content that is offensive, misleading, harmful, to maintain a safer digital environment for everyone. Because if you ignore, it may reach to other set of people and further create a kind of a misinformation, and slowly the trust among people starts corroding. So we need to be the first responders here, and if we come across such content, we have to make sure that we don't share it blindly. We need to contribute to safe AI, and there are a lot of interesting open source projects under the India AI mission. Go visit and visit the website of the India AI mission, and under the India AI mission, you'll see a lot of interesting projects that are there. As youth, you can contribute to the project, and you can also, in case you need access to GPUs and others, you get a tons of content there, repositories there, access to the resources under the India AI mission. So I will share the link when Shruti speaks, maybe on your chat, and then you can get access to the India AI mission website, and from there you can start engaging. Otherwise, you can just simply Google India AI mission and you'll get access to the website. You need to learn about adversarial ML, machine learning, because I mentioned about the adversarial attacks which manipulate AI systems, and here is when we need to learn about them to build resilience and support in the development of robust AI models. So we need to do that study. I will quickly check if Shruti, have you joined? Because I don't know whether you are there on call. If you're joined, I'm going to take.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. So I'll take another 5 minutes, Shruti, to wind up, and then I'll pass it on to you quickly. Right. Okay, great. So initiatives that as youth you can contribute, and I'm sure Shruti will also share about the interesting hackathon that we did with ISB on, again, deepfakes and AI generated misinformation. But these are some of the suggestions that you can do, is like AI and cyber safety. If you combine together, you can organize competitive events. Again, where youth develop innovative AI tools. You can have your AI clubs in schools, where schools can create those clubs. And again, this is an excellent way to engage a lot of people in learning AI concepts and ethical use. Peer-to-peer awareness programs. You need to, again, launch awareness programs and initiatives. If we have academics here in the room, I would strongly recommend that you need to launch such programs to create awareness about AI risk, safe practices, and how to identify deepfakes and AI generated misinformation. And finally, certification program, and this is where DELNET and CyberPeace are working together. You'll get a proper certification program powered by google.org, which is under making, and hopefully we should be able to join that. And as institutions, you can roll out those programs as well to actually expose your audience, students to AI and cybersecurity skills, boosting youth and employability and confidence for the future. This is a sample center of excellence that we have in India. We have multiple centers of excellence. We have cyber clubs, and we are impacting different sectors. It's not just one: healthcare, finance, and other sectors. Also, we have been working constantly. I'm going to leave some part for Shruti. I've covered mostly a brief about AI ethics and explainability in AI. Again, shared basic about how you can again utilize AI tools, develop certain AI tools to detect for phishing, detect for certain content which are basically used by fraudsters, and that too on different platforms, whether you talk about Instagram, whether you talk about email, or you talk about WhatsApp. There are different kind of tools that can be developed, and again it can be utilized to counter these kind of attempts and hacks that are happening. Deepfakes being one. This is one of a project which I was mentioning called trusttrace.net.in. It's hosted by a center of excellence in Mumbai. This is, again, as of now, it remains free. There's no cost involved. You can just create a case, upload a case, and then thereafter, this helps you know basically the kind of content, whether it's a deepfake or it's a synthetic content or it's a natural content. You'll get to know the results at the end of it. Another tool is Hive moderation. The video that I showed to you during the start of the session, Hive is another good tool. All you need to Google is Hive deepfake. Automatically you'll get the first link would be the tool. On the tool you need to upload the video. It will take few minutes depending on the length of the video. If the video is 1 minute, 2 minutes, or it is 10 minutes, it takes time accordingly, and then at the end it gets you the aggregated score, whether it's a AI generated content or a natural content. Again, there are interesting tools that you can work, like the smart password generators and other one, because they're tools that easily hack your passwords. And there's a table, this table I've taken it from Google. There are tables available online. You can see if your password is 4 characters, it cracks immediately. But how about an AI tool that can actually help you make the strong password, and it can be integrated and embedded in different platforms. I spoke about AI addiction. I spoke about algorithmic biases, fairness, transparency, and accountability in AI systems. So I would like to end with a call to action is to learn AI, use it responsibility. And this is where, as youth, as the future of the nation, you have to play a major role to kind of make sure that the AI is used for good, AI is used responsibility, and you need to also act as first responders. For anything that goes wrong, you need to report the misuse, you need to report these AI generated content, deepfake content, so that the society at large is not getting affected. And also we need to motivate young creators to develop AI solutions with clear purpose, addressing real world challenges responsibility. You can be an inspiration for your community locally and globally, and this is what we expect you, and this is the call to action that at the end we'd like to share. We have a white paper. DELNET and CyberPeace has developed a white paper which we would be happy to share that maybe through mail, and we'll also be putting it up on the website. So on this day we are happy to also release that white paper. And I'd like to expose you to certain tools. I'll also request Shruti to also come in here. There are a lot of interesting AI tools for youth, starting with ChatGPT, Grammarly, Deepware, 11 Labs. This interesting tool that we use is Notebook LM from Google. And through this, we are able to create interesting kind of podcast and content. So you can use these kind of tools responsibility to create mass awareness and to skill people for research and different purposes. So that these interesting tools, tools like Teachable Machine, Try Hack Me, which actually teaches you cybersecurity skilling, and this is for everyone, starting beginners to advanced people can also come and attend this. And at the end, it's about building those resilience to AI literacy. So you need to be aware about AI. You need to be aware about the ethics and safety. There, you need to also be aware about the free tools access that you have. And then, as a responsible netizen, you need to support responsible innovation as well. When you talk about your accounts, any kind of devices that you're working on, you need to make sure that you have these preventions enabled, like account. You need to have strong passwords, password managers. You need to have two form factors and others. For devices, you need to have device locks. Any device that you are using to access basically any of these AI kind of tools, you need to make sure that the device itself is secure and you don't kind of share data unintentionally or data gets leaked from your device. So make sure that you have these app locks, app permission, app softwares, everything enabled. When we talk about the footprint, make sure that you have your privacy settings, personal information safeguarded and secure. You read the terms of service when you are on any of these AI platforms or tool. Make sure that you read the terms of service. Think before what you share, whether the image generated is genuine content or fake content. You have to be extremely careful. And at the end, you need to understand your account settings as well. I'm going to leave all these tips here because I've covered it all in my talk about different ways of securing. But the devices and the mobile phone and any kind of computers or networks that you are on, you also need to make sure that the network itself is secure and safe, and any kind of attack that comes in, you need to have proper SOPs and response mechanism to kind of deal with this kind of attack. Online shopping, a lot of campaigns are there on different e-commerce platform where AI is being used. The product may not be, the picture may not be of the real product, but it could be a generated image. The reviews could be generated. So be extremely careful and cautious when you buy any product. And also in the end, if you want to know, you might be using plenty of AI tools and platform. And many times it happens is many of these tools get breached, the platform gets breached, the data gets leaked. So this is one of the best, I would say the best tool to go and check if your email or your content has been leaked anywhere. And this website is called Have I Been Pawned. All you need to do is go there, enter your email, and it will list you all the places where your email or your information has been leaked. And then thereafter, you can take preventive steps from there. If something goes wrong, do not worry. Help is available at hand. And this is where you can go and report on cybercrime.gov.in. You have grievance appellate committee also today set up by the Ministry of Electronics and IT. You can also report such content on the platform like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, X, and others. So that's all. And I'm sorry, Shruti, for taking the additional time. But now I'd like to hand it over to you. And from CyberPeace, we'll be very happy to assist all of you to kind of come if you want to set up a club or a center of excellence, you want to run some certification program, you want to do some live projects, feel free to reach out to us on our email on our website, which is cyberpeace.org. You can reach out on that. And with that, now Shruti, I'd like to hand it over to you. Please. Thank you so much. And
with your permission, Major Vineet, can I thank you firstly before we formally welcome Dr. Shruti. And so firstly, Major Vineet, thank you so very much for such an outstanding lecture of yours, exceptionally brilliant, as that's something, you know, which is so very unique with you. And every time it's a very spellbound presentations that you make. You are a light. I must say that you are a lighthouse. You know, you always spread that. You illuminate everything so around, and we feel so very secure, so very safe. You know, when you are around. Thank you very much for really deliberating in such a in-depth, in a very lucid manner, showing the vulnerabilities, the complexities involving these AI tools. And at the same time, you have inspired everyone, not only the youth who are being there on this platform today, but I must say that each and every one of us who are being here, we have truly felt inspired to really ensure that we are working relentlessly, continuously. We have to work to make it sure that we are adopting the responsible AI. We have to be responsible enough in implementing the AI and not just simply to get carried away with the technology. Thank you so much, Vineet, and also for letting everyone. It's a very special day again for both CPM and DELNET, as we announce that very soon we are launching the First Responders Program, which is being powered by Google. And this is for all our institutions who are being here, whether you are a faculty member, you are a librarian, you are a user. This is a very major, massive program on which both CPF and DELNET, we have been working for last few months, and maybe another by the end of this month. We do pretty hope to launch it formally to our member institutions, and that's basically to again empower the users community, especially meant for the institutions. Accreditation bodies are also definitely are wanting to create that workforce now in the institutions, and that's a kind of a very forward-looking step both by CPF and DELNET to have joined hands together in doing. So this is to tell to everyone who are being here on this platform today that in yet another maximum of fortnight, we are going to announce this first responders program, and that will again be contributing towards AI literacy and also to become more like we want to make it not only a campaign, we really want to make it as a mass movement for spreading across, this the message that each one of us has to be responsible enough, and we have to really help in ensuring that we are using the technology for the best of the humanity. Thank you very much, Major Vineet. Once again, profound gratitude to you. You are always the one we always look forward to, always being engaged. Such an engaging presentation of yours. Thank you so very much, Major Vineet. It's such a pleasure for me after nearly 1.5 year time, Dr. Shruti, to see you online. We really look forward. Yes, it's such again a common factor. It's all because we have a connector who is there in this frame, no one else other than Major Vineet, yeah? And this brings back the wonderful memories of meeting you all because of Major Vineet, and it's such a pleasure to have you today with us on this platform. Thank you so very much. It's such a pleasure. I have immense pleasure in introducing our very esteemed speaker now, Dr. Shruti Mantri, who is a senior Associate Director at one of the most prestigious institutions in the country, that is Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. Dr. Shruti possesses more than 22 years of experience in the field of academics, research, and administration. She is a well-known expert in cybersecurity, AI, machine intelligence, cloud computing, and she has also been awarded with the most prestigious British Chevening Fellowship, besides having cybersecurity and information assurance courses from Cranfield University. It's a profound honor and pleasure to request you, Dr. Shruti, to kindly share your words of wisdom with each one of us. We have fairly around 700 of our participants who are being there, and we eagerly look forward, to hearing. So I would like to request you to accept yet again, invite if you would like to share the presentation file of yours, or you may like to speak.
I just enjoyed the, yeah. Is my screen visible?
Very much, Dr. Shruti. Yes, and you just can put it in. Perfect.
Thank you, ma'am, for that introduction, and thank you, Vineet, for already setting the tone. Now, what my presentation is just nothing but is going to be an extension of what Vineet has already spoken about, and what I am going to talk today is about the skills that you require, because he has already emphasized the different AI tools. But if you want to have or make a career in the domain of AI and cybersecurity, so I'm going to talk to you about what kind of skills you need to possess, you need to gain, especially the youngsters, and what even the universities can do to introduce these kind of courses. Some of them I think already Vineet and the CyberPeace and DELNET is already planning to do. Now, I'm just going to quickly touch base on this. I'm not going to go in detail because I'm sure Vineet has already covered on this. Now, according to the Data Security Council report of 2024-2025, in fact, India has seen a very high increase in the number of malware attacks, which has been attacking multiple across devices. Like Trojan was 43, infectors were like 34%. Then we had worms and other kind of malwares which are there. And these malwares, in fact, detections happened across India, with Telangana being the highest at 15.03%, followed by Delhi, by Tamil Nadu at 11.9%, and Delhi at 11.79%. This is also not just because that, these youths or people in this particular states have been falling victim to, but it's also because these states are very proactively registering these particular cases and actively working in this particular domain as well. Now when we talk about the south belt, in fact it is 36.37%, with the north around 30.30%. Now if you see throughout this presentation, what we are talking about is these detections and the endpoints and the analysis that's been happening. So 34.06% of these detections of malwares have happened across these different cities, with Surat being a national leader here, then followed by technological hubs like Hyderabad and Bangalore, and then we have other business centers also like Jaipur, Chennai, Mumbai, Pune as well. Now, in terms of the industries that are getting impacted by these kind of malwares attacks, it is healthcare with 21.82%, followed by BFSI sector at 17.38%, 19.57%. In fact, even the education sector also is facing a lot of these malware and cybersecurity attacks with 15.64%, which is there. Now, what are these different kind of malwares and why I'm talking about these today? See, with the number of cyber attacks which are happening, because the way we are doing businesses today, everything, each one of us, in fact, are in a digital space today. And because of these, so much of data, we being on the digital space, it has also resulted in an increase in these kind of cyber attacks as well. Now, if the criminals are basically using AI for cybersecurity, carrying out these particular attacks, we also require cyber professionals to have those AI skills to be able to curtail and have, or to be able to prevent these kind of attacks which are there. Now, there are different kind of malwares. Some of those Vineet has already spoken in his presentation, which is these Android based malwares, wherein the criminals basically send you deceptive messages possessing as authorities, such as the Pimpri Chindward traffic police authority or a Chandigarh traffic police authority, which is there. They will also send you certain links those messages will have, and when you click on that particular link, you are down, that app gets installed, and along with that app, that malware is also getting installed on your devices. And these malware then will at times share your sensitive information with the cyber criminals which are there. Many of these are also attacking your smartphones. A lot of pop-ups you see on these particular your different websites that you are going through, and then these pop-ups, and you click on that, again has different kind of malware links which is there. Now many of these malware attacks which are there, they are basically happening on Android devices. Now there are a lot of fake apps which are also possessing as open a chat GPT, and then when you are trying to use that, it appears in your application, and these are in fact nothing but they are making you do certain things. You will share your data with it, you're trying to query, and your sensitive information is getting lost from there. Certain AI, cybersecurity and AI skills that you also need to have to deter and control these particular attacks which are there. For example, anomaly detection. Now what happens is, when any kind of device gets infected by any kind of malware, it will show a lot of signs which are there, and that is where cyber threat intelligence comes in the picture. And it is very, very important for cyber professionals to thoroughly investigate it and visualize those and uncover patterns, outliers, and different devices which are in fact infected by particular malwares, in order to control the spread of this particular malwares on the infected devices which are there. Now how are they going to do it? Now, for example, look at this particular shot. You can see these round circles, which are basically nothing but nodes. So these are nothing but devices. So there is one particular devices which has a red circle around it. This indicates a particular device which is infected by malware, which is there. Now, as a cyber a professional, if I want to ensure that in any organization, or if a network is being infected by a malware, so which particular device it is infected, he really needs to do a real-time analysis of it. Now, these kind of analysis which are there, it is not possible for a human to do it without the help of the technology, that is AI. So how do you, these are some of the algorithms or the dashboards that have been built up. So we use certain concepts like, we are using different AI and machine learning algorithms here. We require visualization skills so that you can uncover these particular different patterns which are there. So you can see these different patterns. You can see how in real time, the professionals need to detect these kind of anomalies. They need to do a root cause analysis to identify the IP addresses that are triggering alerts that have been infected, which is there. They need to see in real time how many devices these, for example, in this particular case, you can see this one device which is infected in turn is connected with multiple different devices which is there. So what is very, very important and to make a career in AI and cybersecurity is to have certain basic skills, to which I'm going to quickly come to. Now, so here in this, if you can see again, we have these nodes which are acting as, and these nodes again, one particular is infected. We, along with that, we are doing certain time series analysis which is there. So these time series analysis also help them identify the vulnerable nodes in the real time. Now, you must have heard a lot about these credit card frauds, and Vineet has also spoken about some of these frauds in his particular presentation as well. I'll quickly give one particular example here. There are some of these users whose credit cards were being cloned, and now the professionals needs to identify the point from where this cloning has basically started. So because some of them, once they use that particular credit card at particular place, after which there has been a lot of fraudulent transactions that has been happening on those particular credit cards. So what they really need to do here is do again a time series analysis. They need to identify the place, and they need to check all the users' different credit card transactions, which is a very, very difficult task if a human or the investigator has to do it without the help of the support of a technology which is there. And that is where basically technology comes in the picture. You can look at these particular dashboards which is just telling that Paul and Olivia, they did certain kind of transaction, like Paul and Mark did a certain kind of transactions at Walgreens, post which their credit cards were being used to do certain fraudulent transactions. So to do these kind of analysis, we require to possess certain analytical skills. You require to know in thorough machine and AI learning. You require to have visualization skills which are there. I'll just, yeah. Now, why we require AI in cybersecurity? One is real-time threat detection that we have already seen, scalability, because there is a vast amount of data and which is really beyond human capacity, or even in any professional or cyber professional or even the law enforcement officers also to analyze that particular data. Automate the responses, and this really helps in reducing the incident response time, because in that particular time when an attack, a cyber attack is happening, it's very, very important for the experts to curtail their particular attack so that many people do not fall victim to it. And as new threats keep, because the criminals are also using AI technology, so it's very, very important that an adaptive learning or reinforcement learning also continuously happens in the background which is there. I'm not going to go in the definition of AI, but what happens is when these AI algorithms are learning, they learn from multiple across data sources. It will take government data, it takes the network data, the data from your IoT devices, it has like geographical data which is there. So for example, the location from where the attack has carried out. So vast amount of this data is basically being used to extract knowledge, generate insights, and for this and make predictions from both at times structured and unstructured data which is there. And what is the basic skills that are used here? One is statistics, another is computer science expertise, and we require also domain expertise, because if you do not have the domain expertise of cybersecurity, for example, you cannot have or will be able to develop these particular dashboards, tools, or make these kind of predictions or use AI effectively in this particular field. Now, whenever we are, come across any kind of problem, there is a life cycle that we need to follow. So when for first is preparing the data that is available with you. So this at times really requires a lot of data cleaning and transforming that particular data into a stage where we can do certain exploratory data analysis where certain patterns can be identified. Basis that patterns, then we decide what kind of algorithms that we are going to use, both it is AI and machine learning algorithms, what prediction techniques that we are going to use there, and then how reinforcement learning is going to work. So as I said, maths and stats, programming, databases, domain skills, and the communication and the visualization skills, because whatever I showed you, it was in the form of dashboards. So the whole idea is when we are making communication and visualization, you should be able to tell a story out of that particular analysis and the predictions that you're doing. So we call it as a data storytelling at times. Now, there are different types of these AI and the machine learning algorithms which work in the background of these fancy dashboards. One is linear regressions, which predicts a continuous outcome of a variable based on the different variables that go into it. We use logistic regression. There are certain decision trees which are there, then random forest. These are all the different types of machine learning algorithms. I won't go in detail now, but I'm sure Vineet and CyberPeace and DELNET will the courses will have these in details. There are certain like support vector machines, then naive Bayes, then the nearest neighbor, like I showed you, multiple clusters of where certain devices were not infected by these malwares, but certain devices were infected by malware. So we require certain clustering concepts out there, and obviously the deep fake or deep learning technologies, which is also used by criminals to carry out the deep fakes, but we generally also use it in a very effective manner. Also, it can be used. Now, when we talk about the machine learning algorithms, they are of different types. One, what I just now spoke about, is the supervised, and then we also have a lot of unsupervised, learning techniques, which are there, where we use basically they are used for anomaly detection, which I just now showed you about. Then k-means clustering are there. Then there are hierarchical clustering. So in the background, we have these particular continuous algorithms which are basically running in the background. So why? The whole idea is that you need to learn about these particular algorithms. You need to know the problem you are trying to address, and whenever you're trying to address this particular problem, what is the solution that you're proposing, and all these things you need to do it in real time. That is the core here. Now, as we spoke about, whenever you're using AI, it is very or developing even an AI code for in any domain, whether it is there, it is very important that the AI algorithm or the framework or the tool that you are developing is basically ethical, it is transparent, safe, and it is assigned with human values. Many a times what happens is, whenever we are using AI tools, especially for surveillance, profiling, it needs to give fair and accountable results, because cybersecurity decisions will affect rights and freedoms. If you wrongly identify a particular device, if an AI algorithm wrongly identifies a particular device and there is no human intervention there, this will lead to a law enforcement officers going and highlighting or arresting a particular genuine user as well. That should not happen, and that is the reason we also say that any algorithm that you are developing should have incorporate responsible AI concepts. So when you are developing your algorithms, when they are running testing it, and you are also making predictions, you need to ensure that there is some kind of human overlook or intervention out there. Public trust is very crucial. So AI should be explainable and auditable to gain the stakeholders' confidence. So there are certain principles of responsible AI, which I'm going to talk about now. One is fairness. Whatever AI model you are using, don't disproportionately target or ignore any specific group of users. Okay, fairness. provide clarity on how AI models are going to make decisions, why a particular user or an IP address is getting flagged. Accountability, define who is responsible when the AI systems fail or make any harmful decisions, because one wrong decision, as I said, could lead a genuine user behind the bars. So that is something that you really need to avoid. Then privacy protection, only use necessary data, because what happens, as I said, there are multiple data sets that are basically used in order to train and test these AI and machine learning algorithms which are there. And at times this, we are also at times, we need to adhere to, I would say, the privacy norms which are there. So apply encryption, anonymize the data wherever needed, ensure that you're safely and securely saving that particular data. Robustness and safety. Now, AI models should be able to resist to any adversarial attacks and system failures. Now, human analyst will always be in the loop. See, AI is basically used to assist you and facilitate you to take the right decisions. It's not going to take away human intervention. So always ensure that even if you're using that AI tools to make that right kind of decision, you require a human intervention, which is there. So whenever we talk about ethics and responsible use of AI in cybersecurity tools or any kind of AI, respect privacy, fairness, and transparency, have bias mitigation in any fraud detection. Okay, so whatever results you are getting, even if your algorithms are giving you certain results, ensure that you do your investigation correctly to eliminate any kind of bias. Explainable AI for alert jurisdiction. Compliant, also ensure that your AI models are compliant with GDPR, the IT Act, and the Data Privacy Act, which is there. So this was from my side about the skills that you need to possess for AI. The skills that you need will help you to make and build up your careers in AI and cybersecurity, which is there, because it is really very, very important that we are in a digital space right now. And in order to, because the number of cyber attacks will go on increasing, it's not going to go back. We are not going to go back in an era, pre-digital era. Things will keep on advancing, and that is the reason it's very, very important that you have the right amount of skills. There are very few professionals who are working in this particular space, so there is a huge demand for professionals also having AI and cybersecurity skills. So it's a wonderful career to be in, and there is a lot to learn in this particular space. I'm happy to take any questions if you all have.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shruti, for a very insightful talk, and also inspiring, and also laying focus that we don't have the future-ready workforce for AI and cybersecurity. And I think this is the area in which both the organizations who are working has to, very constructively play a role, and also for the youngsters to come forward. These are the future job market lies. It's very, very promising that the youngsters, they acquire those skill sets. Organizing today's session has been a step towards it, inspiring our youth to not just simply be the user of the technology, but also to be a part of that responsible AI that we are all being wanting, making the society at large to be responsible. And youth has to play a very, very important role in this. And you have truly inspired our youth because we have a good large number of students even who are being there on this platform today, and many of them would really start exploring now how they can acquire. And we have really being engaged in such a wonderful knowledge sharing session for the past more than an hour now, and we really look forward to having you back again, maybe in person. And as both CPF and DELNET are working now for having this first responders program, and we would definitely be wanting, perhaps Major Vineet, we will give some thought to it, having a little more focusing for our youth, especially for the youth. The program that we are launching, the first responders, definitely it is for the institutions, and then wherein we are also going to have the program institutional coordinators who are going to be involved with this entire work of acquiring the skill sets. But perhaps we can have some exclusive kind of something, kind of a focused approach we can have for our youth community also. I think, as we would progress, on this collaborative project, I believe we certainly can think about doing exclusively for our youth community. Thank you very much, both Major Vineet and Dr. Shruti. It was truly an enlightening and enriching, deliberations that we had. Many takeaways for those who have been attending, and also for the organizers to really think about working. So the wonderful deliberations have really led us to. It has also inspired us to think about initiating some new programs centered around the youth skill sets, and it would really be wonderful to have you again with us, Dr. Shruti, and to have you in person rather than being in virtual. So we really look forward. We look forward to it. Yeah, it's such a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Dr. Shruti is also working to implement the CyberPeace First Responder program in person in Telangana, Andhra, and also Rajasthan. So we are planning series of in-person programs, so we can have basically these programs in collaboration.
Wonderful. Right. We're happy about it because AP and Telangana collectively, DELNET has fairly around 1,500 institutions in that belt. Entire AP and Telangana, we have a strong presence, and we'll be really happy to then see that how we can also, besides CPF and you being there, we can think about having some specialized programs being there, and DELNET would be happy to do it. Yeah. Thank you so very much indeed. With the permission of our distinguished speakers, we would like to, Dr. Shruti, I hope, do you have, an academic engagement immediately, or you can spare some 10-15 minute time?
Yeah, I can continue.
Yeah. You can. Thank you so very much. I always take a liberty with Major Vineet, so even if he has, I'll ask him, to give us a little more time. Yeah. So Vineet, just be there because we could see that our attendees, because they have already posted the questions here, but we would like to make the floor open for questions. This is for all our colleagues who are being there online. We are just going to have it precisely for 10 minutes time. Let's try to make the best use, of the time, and also the availability of our distinguished speakers, making the floor open for our attendees. You have any question, raise your digital hand quickly, and the time starts now. So I will quickly go from A to Z. Someone who has missed out, you have to then send us across an email or look forward to another webinar session. So the time starts now, and I'm starting off from A and moving down to Z. So please kindly, and this is all being arranged. We have Ellen, this is Ellen Jerish. Ellen Jerish, you have raised your digital hand. Also ensure that you are genuinely wanting to ask a question rather than just trying to explore the feature. This is for you, Ellen Jerish. Could you please unmute yourself quickly? I'll just wait for nothing more than this now and have to move quickly because we can't really afford. In the meantime, okay, we have Mr. Arvind Jaswal. Mr. Arvind Jaswal, could you please unmute yourself? You have raised your digital hand. This is for you, Arvind Jaswal. Could you please unmute yourself? Arvind, could you please unmute yourself? I can see that you have also asked a question. Okay, so this is a question that perhaps either Major Vineet or Dr. Shruti may like to take it. And yeah, it seems that it is for you, Major Vineet, saying, good morning, sir. I have a question that what basic AI and cybersecurity skills should students start learning today?
I think Ma'am Shruti was yes, ma'am. So I'll pass it on to Shruti because she was just covering about the skills in the presentation.
Exactly.
We'd like to highlight the skills.
The basic,
basic AI and cybersecurity. Yeah. So in terms of the skills the students need to have, as I already mentioned in my presentation. One is they need to have strong visualization skills. For example, they can learn, tools like Tableau, which is there. They can learn programming languages like Python. Using Python also, they can do a lot of visualizations. The lot of visualization which I showed were done by using a tool called as Neo4j. It's a very handy tool. It's easy. It is freely available. It also has a desktop version as well as an online version, as which they can use that. Then there are also many simulation tools that they can use to do the testing part, which is there. So these are some of the skills you need to have. Then you need to be very thorough with your AI and the machine learning algorithms. As I mentioned, you can have both supervised and unsupervised machine learning algorithms, which you need to have. And as I said, the domain knowledge of cybersecurity, basic at least domain knowledge of security, is also very important.
Maybe perhaps Dr. Shruti, yeah, please kindly, Major Vineet.
Please add.
Yeah. So just quick additions again to what Dr. Shruti has said is one, basically if we talk about AI literacy, and also there are interesting tools that are there. One is basically Google AI for Youth, and also the Khan Academy AI, where youth can go and they can actually understand what AI is, the types of AI where it is used, like for example chatbot, recommendation engines, to even self-driving cars. So that's one example. Secondly, for machine learning, if somebody wants to learn about supervised versus unsupervised learning, teachable machine is something that we suggest can be accessed. And otherwise, for generative AI, we all know ChatGPT, so it's basically a word that everybody knows today. But it depends on basically the use case. If you want to learn about AI tools to create AI images, videos, or text, you can also use Canva AI and other generative AI platforms that are available. And for AI ethics and safety, to know the risk of bias, privacy, and misuse of AI, please search for IBM AI Fairness 360. It's a responsible AI toolkit which you can also follow. That's it I wanted to say.
Perhaps Major Vineet and Dr. Shruti, we may like to have on Sunday in immediate future to have an exclusive session, maybe for a 2-hour session, all being towards, we'll just speak about the tools, and especially the open access tools which are being there, which can play. And I believe, Major Vineet, as a part of our, the first responders program too, it would really help in, one is our own made, these modules that we have, learning modules that we have made, but at the same time, if we can also sensitize our young students, because they are being there, whether it's in engineering colleges or technology institutions, and they can also help, in this entire movement for helping out the institutions as such. So if we can throw some light, we can have an exclusive session speaking about the open access tools which are being there and which can really, when they can hone their skills and they can do. This is, I can see that there are a number of hands, but I'll just quickly move because of paucity of time. And this is to request, this is for Darshana Gaikwad. Because of paucity of time, we may like to take the session only for next 5 minutes more, and we'll just try to see how many questions we can take. Darshana Gaikwad, Darshana, if you can unmute yourself, I have sent you the unmute request. I believe we may have to, because Devendra Prajapati, Mr. Devendra Prajapati, could you please unmute yourself? Or perhaps, because since we are, we are already intruding now into the time of our speakers, I would like to request all our colleagues here who have raised their digital hand, you may post your question because in another precisely half an hour's time, you are going to receive your wonderful certificate of your engagement, of your participation here. We request you do drop us an email back if you have any questions, and we will just make a digest of those questions pass it on to Major Vineet and also to Dr. Shruti. And yes, with a thanks note, we will send across this entire FAQs of the questions along with the answers. And this will also help us. This will also be a helping hand to the organizers, because we may like to bring it together and then make it as a part of our forthcoming initiative that we are launching. So I believe it's a time for us. Okay, this is a question. The last question. This is from Gaurav saying, what are the courses available for cybersecurity and AI and the platform wherein these courses are being available? Perhaps you may like to, Vineet, may like to respond on this, because this may be of good value to everyone. Yeah.
Right, ma'am. So actually, when we talk about AI and cybersecurity skills, there are most of these edtech platforms that are there, like Coursera and another platform. They host a series of courses, starting with basic skills to advanced coding skills and others. There are certain platforms. Even Google has a certification program that is free of cost, that are being given to professionals with almost zero knowledge of security, and it's like a proper 10 to 15 hour certification program that they're running. In case somebody wants to know about cyber hygiene, like for example, safe browsing, using antivirus, app permission, Google Interland is one such gamified platform where one can go. There are a lot of interesting phishing awareness tools that are there, which helps you identify suspicious email, SMS, and links. It's called Fish Tool Demo. It has a lot of real-life phishing simulation. It talks about device security, social media safety, security. So there are a lot of such certification programs that exist. There are professional programs that are being hosted and conducted by even NILET, which is a Government of India agency. NILET also does certain programs on cybersecurity. There are companies like EC Council, SANS, and others who have these programs. But I feel, in fact, if you can wait for some time, maybe a couple of weeks' time, DELNET and CyberPeace are launching the first responder program, which could be like the launch pad for you. First to get oriented to become like a first responder, and then thereafter in the program itself, we are going to mention about some of the basic, intermediate, and advanced certification that as student, as youth, you can take it forward in your career, which will help you. In fact, once you move forward in your employment, in fact, also in terms of other set of activities, if you are planning your startup, if you want to roll out a startup with your unique idea. So we are going to mention all of that when we have this first responder certification started, probably by next month.
Yes. Thank you very much, Major Vineet. And this also leaves me with an idea that we may perhaps can think about, and that we can do it very, very immediate, because I can see many questions coming in about the courses, about the tools, even the tools that you have mentioned right from this Hive, that you have mentioned about this fake news and also this truth, truth trust, because many of the questions are being centered around that everyone is wanting to know how they can check that. What I believe is, Major Vineet, perhaps we are having a meeting soon about our first responders final meeting for that. We may perhaps think about, and that's something which is very doable, very actionable. Immediately we can do that. On the DELNET site, we can create one DELNET-CPF, initiative under that initiative, and that is for empowering, the people with the adequate, skill sets and also the knowledge. So we can create a small little module wherein, they can get to know what are the courses being available. They can get to know for particular, even for check the fake news, for checking the, fake videos, not many of the things. And that we can immediately think about collating this together and then making it available. And that would really help out a large number of, and this would again, under our first responders initiative, this will also help in bridging up, this knowledge gap which is existing. So we can immediately think about bringing it. And when we have Dr. Shruti, because she has much of academic exposure and background, and we can also try to have her viewpoints, and also what are especially in our institutions, the kind of requirements which are there, and that may perhaps be something that we may like to engage with immediately.
We'll also under that link, ma'am, because we have rolled out book with CBSE, NCERT, though it talks about safety, cyber safety, but then it covers a portion of security and how people can utilize the same content and the knowledge base when they are advancing in the field of cybersecurity. So we'll bring in all those booklets, short videos. There's tons of videos that are there even on YouTube. Just by doing a normal YouTube search on cybersecurity 101, you get a lot of videos. So we'll identify those powerful resources, try to bring it within that DELNET cyber portal, and this is where people can start interacting and learning.
Yes, yeah. And no, this reminds me, Major Vineet, thanks for pointing it out. This reminds me to tell, especially of those of our colleagues who are from our member institutions, we already have, and that's all because of Major Vineet, for this wonderful collaboration. We have the video recordings of the CPF, which are being available under our Vision portal, and it clearly indicates it's with a kind courtesy of CPF. We have a huge, more than 350 video lectures on cybersecurity, cyber hygiene, and you can always have a look at it. And perhaps in the days to come, we can collectively work together in making this particular resource also available. And we can continuously get a feedback and keep on incorporating, further content to it. But yes, definitely, we have this first responders program getting launched very, very soon, and we all are looking forward to it. So this is a time now, on behalf of DELNET, I would like to express a very warm, sincere gratitude to Major Vineet, firstly for collaborating with DELNET, for providing us with these wonderful opportunities, as always, in organizing this session. Can't really thank you enough, Major Vineet. May God bless you, and you just keep on inspiring everyone, empowering, inspiring, enlightening. And it's always such a great pleasure. May I have a pleasure on behalf of DELNET, on behalf of each one of our colleagues here who are on this platform today. This is, I look forward to presenting you in person tomorrow when you are coming to DELNET. And as you can see here, this is very symbolic. This is a tribal art, and this is very symbolic. This is a tribal art, and it's very symbolic. You can see the symbolicness is there.
And each other, and it shows the collaboration.
You tell me. Yes, yes, you got it. You got it. Handpicked, we had a couple of things, and I said, no, enough of the elephants, jewel-studded elephants. Let's present something else, to Vineet now today. And this is the collaboration. You can never be, you're always on precisely. You have that, you're being blessed, to be very, very precise and accurate, and just, it's something so wonderful. So this is a collaboration and marching forward. Marching forward. So the spirits of the soldier, that yes, march forward, it's always to be on the move. And this is what it reflects. And so we feel truly blessed enough to have this wonderful collaboration and connection, marching ahead, taking everyone along, and it's everyone is along and moving ahead. And we can spot ourselves that, yes, we are being there, each one of us. So this is with much of appreciations, blessings, and wishes to you, Major Vineet. May God bless you. And we really look forward to, being engaged always in this very, very wonderful, collaboration, connection, and doing something. It's such a pleasure, Dr. Shruti, I must say that. When I came to know from Major Vineet that you would be there on this platform, I really felt very excited.
Soon in Delhi. Thank you. Bye.
She is going to be in Delhi.
I really look forward. Yeah? So when are you going to be in Delhi?
I'm coming roughly around 22nd of July. So.
Okay, so I really look forward to. And interesting this work to Major, we need to ensure that we are meeting, when you are coming. I'm not going to, package it. I'm not going to put this memento, into the bubble jet paper and sending it across to Indian School of Business at Hyderabad. I really would look forward to presenting it to you with great admiration. Such a pleasure, Shruti. This is with great sense of admiration to you. And
look forward to meeting you.
Thank you so very much.
Yes.
God bless you. Thank you so very much indeed. I look forward, and Vineet, you have to ensure that we have Dr. Shruti with us, and it would really be a pleasure to meet you in person. Thank you so very much.
Also, I'm to Delhi, and let's catch up. So.
Yes,
Definitely.
surely, positively we'll do that. Also, I would like to express our very warm, sincere appreciation to our wonderful colleagues at CPF, the entire team at CPF, and to Lieutenant Colonel Rajhans, to Mr. Ankan Roy, and many of the other colleagues whom I may not be knowing. And my very special appreciation, I don't know the colleague's name, perhaps Vineet, you may help me knowing, the designer who has designed, a wonderful, very creative, as you were saying, we should not get carried away with the AI and keep our, this creativity has to be. And I felt really so jubilant when I got that, and I couldn't, I sent across special appreciation to one that, so refreshing, and, that youthness, it has really made, has been a very great contributory factor, I must say, and my very special appreciation to that wonderful youngster, or, someone who has designed that invite.
The team led by Ma'am Shashank from a designs team, and Vikram, who serves as the advisor, and then Tanu is actually the designer, and the video is created by Abhishek Anand. Basically, the entire team that has for this one.
Thank you. Wonderful, and all being spearheaded, with this dynamic leader all being around. Everything is made, in such an energetic way, and that inspires everyone. Major Vineet, thank you so very much for leading everyone, from the front. You're setting in great examples, and that speaks volumes of your commitment. God bless, and thank you so very much. And I would also like to convey my very sincere appreciation to two of my young colleagues, who are really always have been a great, tremendous hand, tremendous help that they render, for our programs. No one else other than Mr. Kushal Girish Goswami and Mrs. Ranjana, our senior network assistants, who work, again, tirelessly to ensure that we are able to inform everyone, about our programs, and also to take care of. And yes, indeed, to each one of you, each one of our attendees here who have joined us, nooks and parts of the country, and also many other countries, it has been such a great honor and pleasure. You always inspire us. One confirmation coming in, it does count. It does count. We truly appreciate and value your presence here, and that really inspires us, as we said earlier, to be on the move, march together, move together, and everyone collectively, cohesively, collaboratively, you are a great contributor, in this wonderful journey of being together and moving ahead. Has been truly a great honor and pleasure, and we do pretty hope that the spirit of the World Youth Skills Day, which each one of us is celebrating today, maybe it inspires, the youth to always remain engaged in this knowledge-seeking environment, and also that each one of us, continue our wonderful journey of learning, to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Let this journey, this wonderful journey of enlightenment, of our journey towards light, always continue. We have truly felt very, very happy in organizing collectively between DELNET and CPF this program. And I would like to, mention that that the youth of today are definitely the future, and this is dedicated all to our youngsters who are being there, and everyone whosoever feels that yes, we are young enough, to keep on learning. We have not much to learn. So the youth of today, you are the future of tomorrow, and we can not always build the future, build the future for our youngsters, but we can always build the youth for the future. So this program of today, is all being meant to build, our youth for the future, that to ensure that you acquire those skill sets. We are pretty confident about it that our very distinguished speakers, Major Vineet and Dr. Shruti, has inspired you all to really become, that beacon of hope for humanity, to constructively, contribute towards that cause of reforming the society, bringing in that change, and making the society more informed. And by acquiring those skill sets, and we do pretty confident, it's not being carried away by technology, it's humanizing the technology. We should always think about doing that and be that agent, of change. We have the most inspiring, personalities from the world of cybersecurity, Major Vineet and Dr. Shruti. We have been very, very blessed, that both of them have been able to be there with us. And we express once again warm gratitude to both of them, and also to each one of you for being there. Thank you so very much indeed. And we assure you both from DELNET and CPF that, as indicated earlier, First Responders Program is just around the corner. We are just about to launch it. We are just fine tuning. It's just the time now for us to, make a next move by launching it now. And we look forward to your, your active participation, also to remain engaged, always in conversation. It's a conversation we should always go on, and we should not just wait for any opportunities. All the time is the right time, and we do hope that we collectively together we can bring in that change. I would like to remind you and mention, another 15 minutes time, you're going to receive the digital certificate of participation, because the program was scheduled till 12:30. We have already taken away not much of time of our speakers. Sharp at 1:30, you are going to receive digital certificate of participation. Please do open that mail immediately, because that does carry the link also for the 3 o'clock program. So we request you, because there's a separate link altogether. Some of you, it's possible that you have already registered for it, but we just request you, please do kindly, because we have a distinguished speaker, Professor Thambi Raja, who is from Singapore, but currently being at World Skills Center, Bhubaneswar, and he's going to speak about very exemplary work that they are undertaking, in Singapore as well as at World Skills Center. We request you to do join us in at 3 o'clock for that. So in this email, which you're going to get it at 1:30 with the certificate, so just don't concentrate on the certificate and download this copy. Do see there will be a link also. Copy, paste it, and then please do register, and we look forward to having you. Also requesting Major Vineet and Dr. Shruti, if your work schedule allows, it would be a pleasure to have you on the platform, as we are going to listen from Professor Thambi Raja the kind of work that they are being engaged with, and also he's going to cite the work that is being happening in Singapore, what they are doing at World Skills Center in Bhubaneswar, and also some of the best example in the digital cybersecurity and AI, which is being used in European countries. In Germany, he was mentioning it to me yesterday, that the work which is some of the countries which have taken a very lead in this. So it would be a pleasure to have you. So we won't take much of the time now, and we really look forward to carry this discussion forward in person, because would really like to see to it. I do get a chance to see Major Vineet as we are working on the program, the forthcoming program. It would be a pleasure, Dr. Shruti, to see you sometime and welcome you at DELNET in Delhi. It would be a pleasure. So thank you so very much. Pleasure. Pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vineet. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Shruti. Pleasure. And thank you so very much, each one of you. We have truly appreciated, admired your being there. And we look forward, please remember today, 3 o'clock, we look forward 3 o'clock IST, because we have colleagues from other countries. 3 o'clock IST, we look forward. Please open your mail at sharp 1:30 with a certificate copy. See that URL, the link for registration, register it, and we look forward to having you back here again. Thank you very much once again, one and all, and it was truly a pleasure. Thank you, and thank you, Team CPF. It has truly been a memorable program. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Vineet. Thank you, Shruti.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Pleasure. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Bye.